All right. We back in business. Another day, another dollar. Fallout London? Hmm.
Developments to unfurl. What is this mad masquerade? Will Kamala Harris have an untrammeled and untroubled ascendancy, or is it likely that gruesome Gavin Newsom the nuisance will at some point veer into view? Is it likely that Michelle Obama or Hillary Clinton will suddenly be in the mix? Hey, you know that gender swap reboots are all the rage in Disney. Why not try that stuff in reality? We've already had a Clinton. Don't matter, let's have a lady one. We've already had an Obama. Doesn't matter, let's have a lady one. You can do that in the comments. I'm not doing it out here. You do what you got to do. First of all, is it normal to you in 2024 that presidents resign just sort of by tweet? Do you remember when people were astonished that Donald Trump used to administrate via X? Now, Joe Biden simply resigns the presidency on the internet and endorses Kamala Harris as a disembodied voice. Is this where the establishment is taking us?
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
And it is my great honor to have Joe's endorsement in this race.
Joe's like Ben Kenobi.
Much anger in him.
Was I any different when you told me?
Yo, Boozy.
You didn't have to use that force, Kamala. Just use it, baby. Use it out there in the polls. Use it out there in the election. Where are you? Oh, if you kill me now, I'm going to become more powerful. You're going to have to be more powerful. You're going to be less powerful. You were sort of like a ghost, a diaphanous ghost. You were floating through the presidency, wandering into the wrong wife. You're my wife. You look like a photo version of Jill Biden. She's the president now anyway. This is astonishing. In this moment, Kamala Harris appears to come, I would say, tantalisingly close to using the word recording to describe Joe Biden, although a moment later he does say something like the feelings mutual. But with AI as it is these days, are any of us convinced that Joe Biden is still in the realm of the living, or has he transcended into an even more ethereal...
Yo, motherfuckers talking about Joe Biden died, but he did some kind of press release yesterday. What's in the bag? Oh, I got the goodies in the bag, dog. This here right here say 28 grams equals 1 OZ. The whole onion. Let's go ahead and get I snagged it. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Oh man, oh man. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, nigga. Oh damn, boy, that. Woo. Man, that shit smells so good. Yes, sir. 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 What's that? All right, Mark. All right, Officer Mark. Go ahead, take your ass up out of here now. You sound like somebody I know. Who's Jay Boozy? Nah, we don't need none of that. What's in the bag? What's that green stuff? Nah. We ain't about to play it like this, bro. We ain't about to do it like this today. Go ahead with all them eyeball questions. I ain't catching that first. He thought, what's in the bag? If you don't know, I don't. Hey, if you don't know what's in the bag, I can't tell you. If you don't know what's in the bag, I definitely can't tell you. I ain't gonna be able to tell you. So I take a little bit out, and whatever's left in this bag, this is going downstairs with me, so I can distribute it throughout the other levels of the house, so that no matter what floor I'm on, I always have some flowers on my floor. You know, first floor, second floor, third floor, flowers. This is. All right. It's called Blue Beach Haze. I ain't never even heard of this shit. I ain't never had this before. Blue Beach Haze. And I lost the bottom to my grinder. So what I do is I just set it on top of this and then grind straight down into the container. Hey, where there's a will, there's a way, motherfucker. Make it work, nigga. I don't know how to make it work. Well, where I'm gonna grind my shit? Just grind it right into the thing, bro. Yeah, bro. Blue Beach. Hey, I don't know. We about to find out. I'm about to fuck around and find out right now. I'm about to fuck around and find out exactly what they talking about. Grinder. Going straight into the thing. Like that. Let's get that squared away. You know what I'm saying? Off the rip. What's that green stuff? No, I don't even know. I don't even know what this shit called. Matter of fact, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Green stuff. Yo, let me get a bag of that green stuff. Oh, this green stuff? Not that one, the darker. Oh, this green. Yeah, that green stuff. Yeah. Easy peasy. Oh. This is kind of weird. Like, going down, going in, you don't taste shit. I ain't taste nothing. Coming out. I don't know if it's my subconscious playing with the words, because I know what this strain is called and it has blue in the name of it, but I'm tasting blueberries. I think it may just be the name fucking with my brain and then making me think that I'm tasting blueberries just because it has blue beach. It don't say berries though, it just say blue beach haze. But it does have like a not as citrusy. It's not citrusy. And it's not really earthy either. It's kinda like berries. Like, I don't know. It's alright. It's alright though. Bro, that shit right, they tough. God damn. I can hardly talk. Bro, I had lemon haze like once or twice. And they ain't had none of that shit this time. They had something else. They had some Oreos. I almost got that, but I just wanted to try something new. Um, that Oreos, that member berry. Um, they had a couple of other deals on the ounces, but I didn't try it. There was only like I think they had like 9 ounces, 9 different ounces on sale, and there's only 3 of them that I haven't tried. Nigga, I had to think real hard for a second. You know, like, am I really high? Am I dying? Did the weed just kill me? Wait a minute. Lord have mercy. Wait, hold up. I'm still breathing. Okay. I'm not dead. Like, god damn. You remember that 911 call? When the cop and his wife called 911? Cause they ate the weed brownies and they were so stoned they thought they was dying. He was like, "Yeah, I think I'm dead. I really do think I'm dead. Wait a minute, what's the score in the hockey game? Can somebody send help? Me and my wife are dying. We ate a whole pan of weed brownies. He done took some weed from some kid and then ate all the damn weed. This nigga called the cops on himself, yo. A cop done called the cops. Come help me, I'm dying. Dying from what, sir? I just ate a bunch of weed brownies. Oh, hell, this nigga. Throw up, nigga. Go make yourself throw up. You'll be alright. Throw up and go to sleep. That's all you need to do. Throw up and go to sleep. Be alright in the morning. Chi-Chi's. Yeah, that was just one bone pack, bro. Right? Like halfway through, you like, is this real? Like, no, this is a real 911 call. This is a real emergency call. Nigga. Bitch. Motherfucker. God damn. What's the score down the hockey game? Bruh. What the fuck did... Yeah, we coming. We about to send somebody for y'all right now. No. Are you breathing? I think she's breathing. Am I breathing? Yeah. I think I'm dead. Yeah, I'm definitely dead. If you dead, you ain't calling. You ain't on the phone talking to nobody if you dead, nigga. That was hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. I was basically like that the first time I ate an edible. Bruh, I was out of my mind, yo. I was out of my fucking mind. That shit was so strong and so potent, bro. And then I threw up and fell asleep in the bathtub. Never again. I be trying them little gummies and whatnot, but man, look, man, that stuff. Ooh, boy. Are you gonna
pretty ethereal for the last couple of years. I mean, that was a pretty ethereal performance. I mean, if that had been Julian of Norwich in that debate against Trump, or some other enlightened saint, John of the Cross, just sort of gnostically talking about, you know, we beat Medicare and odd peculiar speaking in tongues, it would have made more sense. It would make more sense to have a prophet. I'm talking about PH prophet, baby, because what we've got now does not make sense. Here's Kamala Harris appearing to nearly say, I can hear you on the recording. Check it.
It is so good to hear our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call.
So good to get his disembodied voice here. It's so nice to hear him. Could we get a meme of Joe Biden? Do you think we could be governed by a meme?
And we've been talking every day. You guys heard it from Doug's voice. We love Joe and Jill. We really do. They truly are like family to us. And we do everybody we love.
It's mutual. I would say.
Vice President Biden, we're going to get to you. Hang on. We're going to get
on stage. I would like to speak on the issue of race. What I will say is that I agree.
We'll give you 30 seconds, and we're going to come back to you on this again in just a moment. Go for 30 seconds.
Okay. So, on the issue of race, I couldn't agree more that this is an issue that is still not being talked about truthfully and honestly. There is not a black man I know, be he a relative, a friend, or a coworker, who has not been the subject of some form of profiling or discrimination. Growing up, my sister and I had to deal with the neighbor who told us her parents couldn't play with us because we were black. And I will say also that in this campaign, we've also heard, and I'm going to now direct this at Vice President Biden, I do not believe you are a racist. And I agree with you when you commit yourself to the importance of finding common ground. But I also believe, and it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not.
No, I thought in that clip, I thought she called that motherfucker racist one time. I can't find that clip. I think it was in that debate. I think that's where she recanted it, but before she did say, she was like, but you're a racist. And now then she goes back and says, well, I don't think you're racist, but. I don't know, man, like.
Behind her. Come out of the shadows. Democratic Party voters are stage props in this political farce. Donald Trump, unlike Kamala Harris, remember, can enjoy you and deploy you. You are the darling. You will receive rewards. Once you have served your purpose, you will be dispatched. You will be dispensed with. But they cannot but leave paper trails of their deception and duplicity, and all their harbingers and liars, and the choristers of the establishment that will come out grinning Nosferatu teeth, dripping with the blood of rectums that they sup upon. They will be
Is Nosferatu like a bigger real legend than I ever knew? Like, the only place I've ever heard that, the first place I ever heard it was in the anime series Berserk. And Berserk fights this immortal named Nosferatu Zod. But I've heard other people say like him, like he just used the term Nosferatu. Like, what the fuck does that mean? I thought it was just like a character that they made up just for that TV series, but apparently not. There's an ancient legend, or it's some type of, I don't know. Um, except this, he said it. Like, this is the first time I've heard him said it, but I've heard other people say it like, not as a person, but like as a situation or as an instance or something. So I wonder, like, what does it translate into? I don't even know how to spell that shit. Necromic. What? Necronomicon? Nosferatu is a archaic Romanian word that is often used as a synonym for vampire. Its etymology is suggested to be Nosferatu, which means the offensive one or the insufferable one. The word became popularized in Western fiction in the late 19th century and 20th centuries, including Bram Stoker's 1897 Gothic novel Dracula, and in the 1922 German ex- expressionist film Nosferatu. Um, it's a vampiric type person, the offensive one, the insufferable one, and the character. So the character is it's like a title, and the character's name was Zod, but they call him Nosferatu Zod, nigga, the insufferable Zod. That they call him Zod. That it was Nosferatu Zod or Zod the Immortal. And he let Berserk live because he could have killed this nigga, but well, first of all, well, the real reason he let him live because he saw the eye of the Bayolet that goddamn Griffin was carrying or wearing. But also he kind of respected both of them, especially Guts, because it's just like for a human, just a regular, you just a human. You put up a, you wounded me, nigga. I'm a fucking god, bitch. And you wounded me. You that's good. You did good. I could have killed you, little bitch. I squash you like a bug, but it's like your homie got that little bayonet. Watch this nigga now. I'm telling you, you think that's your friend, but niggas who carry that shit always turn snake, motherfucker. I'm warning you now. I'm out of here. And then that nigga flew into the sky. Yo, he told Guts though immediately. Don't this not your friend, bro. But you put up a good fight. You did good. Sorry, I almost killed you. Old Romanian. They were like dramatic people. Dramatic. Oh, this shit happened today.
So, we've been asking Travis for like a year and a half now if he would be okay with like putting his Alex Jones piece of art, work of art, I don't know what the hell to call it, painting, in the What a Week podcast studios. So he was bringing it up today to give it to us. And what happened on the way up?
So I actually posted a picture of it on my Facebook page, and I even dated it. Say, hey, check out this old painting from a couple years ago I did of Alex Jones. And somebody on my Facebook said, hey, do you actually have that painting? And I said, yeah, I still have it. He's like, well, do you want to sell it? And I said, I guess I will sell it. So the same day that I brought it to What a Week podcast, somebody actually wants to purchase it from me. So it will not be having a visit here, unfortunately. But fortunately, it does have a new home now.
Which is beautiful. And I don't know how to say this, but you're welcome. Because of us, you sold it.
Yes, I really think so. It stayed in the house for about 8-9 years. It has not moved at all. And the one day I decided to finally get it out the house, somebody wants it. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys for trying to get me to get it here.
And remember, Return of the Frogs, yay, yay, yay. So, we've been asking Travis for like a year and a half now if he would be okay with like putting his Alex Jones.
That's too funny. That's too funny. All right. All right, let's get into it.
They will be seen,
You know what?
and they will be undone.
Yesterday,
Let's see.
I couldn't get my
Now, well, a lot of people are talking about the fact that Joe Biden could already be dead. Now, this
Hold on.
looks
Joe Biden could already be dead. Yo, this is another conspiracy theory, but he put out a video though. He dropped the video yesterday because So when did this video come out? What does this say? It doesn't. Where does it say when did he put this out? 1 day ago. Okay, so yeah. So he confirmed he was alive yesterday. So he must have dropped this like right before Biden came on camera. And I watched a little bit of it. Yo, and my man's he was okay. If you ain't watch it, like he was okay, but you can tell that was the best he could give. That was his absolute best. And with him being at his best in that moment, you can still see, like, bro, go sit down somewhere, man. Just hang it up, dog. Cause you moving slow, you talking slow. I ain't watched. I ain't even watched to see exactly what he said. I just wanted to see, like, if this shit was a deep fake or AI. And it might still be, honestly, in my opinion, because how they can do face swaps and deep fakes now, bruh, that shit wow. And if motherfuckers sitting in their living room with no more equipment that I got can do some shit, I know what the government can do. So was it a body double? Was it a stand-in? Was it an actor with, you know, a deep fake placed over his face? Or was it really Biden? Like I say, he was moving slow, bro. Like, so this what he dropped 19 hours ago. And like I say, you can see how a little bit of it, I watched like a minute. I barely got into the video at all. I just wanted to see like if I could tell it was real. And I don't know, like I said, just watching a little bit of it, I can't really tell, but oh, hey, you gonna make me watch the commercial. I ain't gotta listen to this bitch though. Let me listen to that shit. And another one, yo, YouTube gets so bad. Yo, last time I watched Netflix, bro, Netflix got commercials on that bitch now, and they tell you, oh, get the upgraded version if you don't want the commercials no more.
But this thing,
Netflix having commercials. You know what that means? Deep fake like Gary Busey and buttered sausage. I don't know. No, deep fake like the fake Will Smith and Eddie. I mean Will Smith and Martin.
my friend, it was you. My friend, what?
And then you got this is old. This is bro, this is from 3 years ago. All right, so this is 3 years ago. This dude started doing his own Tom Cruise deep fakes.
Embarrassing, you know, reminds me, I was once in Russia, ran into Gorbachev. He said, Mr. Movie Star, are you nervous? I said, no, Mr. Gorbachev, I'm not nervous. He goes, well, remember how much a polar bear weighs? I said, polar bear? He said, enough to break it.
Yeah, and so his deep fakes were pretty good. And he looks like fucking Tom Cruise, but it's just video edit. It's like an overlay over his real face. All it is just like Instagram filters and Snapchat filters, that's like a very, very soft deep fake version. You're like, oh, look at me. And even like sometimes it can be a video where you're moving around and the algorithm is keeping this mask over your face, and so it'll make you look like you have shades on when you don't, or a certain kind of makeup, or make your hair look a different color, and it can be active in the video. That's like a very soft deep fake. But yeah, just putting different people's faces on shit, like
$10 can help fund powerful ads to reach undecided voters nationwide.
Open up the door, there's a pop in there.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 deepfake videos.
This was very truly surprising for me.
I rung the bell to get a little subscription plus action. Yeah. And I'm having the time of my life.
Wendy, I'm home.
For this list, we're taking a look at the most seamless and bizarre videos made possible through the human image synthesis technique known as deepfake. In case you're unfamiliar with the term, deepfake software allows users to swap out an image of one person's face with another through artificial intelligence, which is what we're focusing on here. Which deepfake makes you laugh or creeps you out the most? Let us know in the comments below.
Bro, so
Number
now
20, Jimmy Fallon.
Just knowing that this technology is there. So what they said was, oh, this nigga got COVID. And then he didn't go live anywhere on camera or anything to announce he was dropping out. He did that shit on X. I don't think I'm gonna continue in the presidential race. Why ain't do a little video real quick and just address the nation? You know what I'm saying? On a bigger platform. You went on a social media platform, and then that nigga was silent for days. They said for like 3 days after that shit. After he said he was backing out the race, no more communication from him. And so now motherfuckers was speculating like, is this nigga dead? And y'all just faking like this motherfucker alive? Or what's going on, man? And so then yesterday, that's when he dropped that presidential address to the nation, I guess. Like I said, I still haven't watched the whole thing. I only watched like a snippet. Cause I didn't even know, cause my boss just told me this morning. She was like,
I think it's warm.
She was like, oh, people think Biden was dead. I was like, is he? She was like, no, he did a video last night. I'm like, where? She was like, yeah, look it up. So I was at work. I looked it up and I just watched only a minute of it. But in this minute, is that him? What is, you know? Motherfuckers been making good deep fakes for years now. For years. Yo, said, what up, bro? Yeah, he should have. He should have just went fucking. He should have went live and talked to us the very first time. Like when his announcement should have been a live announcement. But he did some social media shit. I mean, it got out there, you know, the word got out. Oh, a message from, you know, POTUS's Instagram, Twitter, X handle, you know, whatever. Oh shit, POTUS just posted something. Everybody share it. Look, all the news, everybody. Why ain't you just come out and why you ain't talk to us? And then like days later, you do this thing, and I can't tell if that's really him or not. I don't trust. I've been saying this for a couple years too. It will get to the point where we can't even trust video. This stream is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional in any field, and I do not hold any degrees or any certifications of any kind. So I do not give out any type of advice, whether it be medical, financial, scientific, or otherwise. So don't believe anything I say. And if you do believe anything I say, I advise you to always do your own research and figure things out for yourself, because I am wrong most of the time. I have no clue as to what I'm talking about, because I'm just doing this for fun, and this YouTube stream is for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, I told myself, yo, come here, hey, we gonna get to a point where you can't trust even video. Some photos, I'm getting fooled a little bit. Every once in a while, I'm like, is that, is that shit AI? God damn. But now, like, we're at that point where, with enough money, the last Eminem video, y'all seen that Eminem video he put out, yo, with the younger version of himself? It really looks like a young, bruh. So, now it's to the point, like, nigga, if I'm not in the room with you, holding your hand, I don't know if this shit real, bro. I don't know if it's real. This shit is so confusing to me, man. And I don't want to be no conspiracy theorist on every fucking thing, but man, I don't trust these motherfuckers. On top of that, I already expect y'all to do the most dastardly of dastard deeds that you can conceive. That's what I expect. Automatically, that's what I expect. For y'all to be as shiesty and underhanded as possible, because that's normally what the fuck y'all be. You know what I'm saying? If it crawls on its belly, got scales, and it hiss, it's not a rabbit. What this motherfucker actually saying though, man? My country more. It's been an honor. Oh.
Any title. I draw strength and I find joy in working for the American people. But this sacred task of perfecting our union, it's not about me. It's about you, your families, your futures. It's about we, the people. We can never forget that. And I never have. I've made it clear that I believe America's at an inflection point. One of those rare moments in history.
Listen, what I'm saying. This is his best. This is the best he can do.
Determine our fate of our nation and the world for decades to come.
That's the best he can do.
America's going to have to choose between moving forward or backward, between hope and hate, between unity and division. We have to decide, do we still believe in honesty, decency, respect, freedom, justice, and democracy? In this moment, we can see those we disagree with not as enemies, but as fellow Americans. Can we do that? Does character in public life still matter? I believe I know the answer to these questions because I know you, the American people. And I know this. We are a great nation because we are good people. When you elected me to this office,
yeah, the fakes are so good, bro. I mean,
to tell you the truth.
Yo.
The truth. Sacred cause of this country is larger.
No, the truth is, nigga, you old. You starting to slur your words. Calm down, bro. The truth. The truth. All right. So, yeah, bro. And, I always had a healthy skepticism before. And now I feel like I'm being anal about this shit because I'm extra scrutinizing every little thing, like even this video. And it's like, I hate that my mind works that way now where I feel like I don't know what the fuck is real. What the fuck is reality now? Because everything is gonna get used to the fullest extent by the military and the government first. First. You know what I'm saying? They gonna make sure they figure out every possible capability to use for whatever new technology. And most of the time it ain't for good. And man, I've been not trusting these bitches. So now, just knowing that y'all got all this weird ass technology now, I really don't trust nothing I see from y'all motherfuckers, man. Cause I really ain't believe nothing y'all say. I like actions. I like to see what y'all be doing. Now, I can't even believe your actions half the time cause that shit might not be real. Nigga, you even really sitting there talking to me. Once again, is this some fucking actor with a fucking face mask on or with a green screen face mask and you just projecting his face on that shit? Emulating his voice. The world may never know. Why is it picking up that white so hard? Do I gotta get my do I need to get my white balancer? Let's see.
One of us. Those of us who cherish that cause, cherish it so much. The cause of American democracy itself must unite to protect it. You know, in recent weeks, it's become clear to me I need to unite my party in this critical endeavor. I believe my record as president, my leadership in the world, my vision for America's future, all merited a second term. But nothing can come in the way of saving our democracy. That includes personal ambition. So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation. It's the best way to unite our nation. You know, there is a time and a place for long years of experience in public life. There's also a time and a place for new voices, fresh voices, yes, younger voices. And that time and place is now. Over the next 6 months, I'll be focused on doing my job as president. That means I'll continue to lower costs for hardworking families, grow our economy. I'll keep defending our personal freedoms and our civil rights, from the right to vote to the right to choose. I'll keep calling out hate and extremism, make it clear there is no place in America for political violence or any violence ever, period. I'm going to keep speaking out to protect our kids from gun violence, our planet from climate crisis that is the existential threat. And I will keep fighting for my cancer moonshot so we can end cancer as we know it, because we can do it. I'm going to call for Supreme Court reform because this is critical to our democracy, Supreme Court reform. You know, I will keep working.
I don't understand why people really think this is a fucking democracy. You don't live in a democracy. They make us say the Pledge of Allegiance fucking every fucking day for years. For fucking years. Until it's fucking burned into our goddamn little brains that we pledge allegiance to. Okay. It doesn't even say it in there, yo. If we live in a democracy, why do you force us to say the Pledge of Allegiance? I'm not lying, and it may sound like some weird and outrageous shit, but in fourth grade, I stopped standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. And nobody told me to do that shit. I ain't had no. My grandma was a Baptist, a Southern Baptist Christian. She wasn't no militant ass Black Panther, Garveyite, or none of that shit, yo. There ain't nobody instilled none of that shit in me when I was younger. I wish they had. But somehow, just intuitively, instinctively, at a very, very young age, I don't know. I felt that shit was wrong, for me to do that shit. And the way initially when I saw it, it was like all the kids were robots. That's how I was like, what the fuck? I don't know, like one day in class, just like that shit just snapped. I'm like, why the fuck are we all sitting here chanting this thing like we're little drones or robots or something? And I just sat down. And my teacher's like, Travis, what are you doing? You got to say the pledge. I was like, I don't want to say it. She's like, why? I was like, I don't know. I just don't want to say it. And she looked at me weird, but she never forced me to say it after that. And then like every year in school after that, and it's like mostly in elementary, because like I don't remember having to say that shit in middle school or high school, but like for the rest of elementary, and the teachers talk at lunch and shit. And they probably couldn't figure me out. And I don't know if they ever said something to my grandmother raised me. I don't know if they ever said something to my grandmother or nothing. But I just know, like, after that, for the rest of the time I was in elementary, my teachers didn't make me stand for the pledge. And I can clearly remember, like, no kids ever questioned me either. Nobody ever questioned why I didn't stand for the pledge. I just stopped reciting that shit. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for the few. The Whitest Kids You Know had the best skit on that shit, bro. They nailed it, bro. The Whitest Kids You Know.
You're sitting at home alone watching YouTube videos, wondering why you can't find the motivation to do the things.
So The Whitest Kids You Know was a sketch comedy show, like kind of like Dave Chappelle, but it was just a bunch of white kids. So this is their Pledge of Allegiance skit, and it's just a classroom, and it looks like fourth graders Here. You see the kids? They look like, you know, maybe like 3rd or 4th graders.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Thank you very, very much for letting us little kids live here. It really, really was nice of you. You didn't have to do it. And it's really not freaky to have little kids mindlessly recite this anthem every day and pledge their life to a government before they're old enough to really think about what they're saying. This is not a form of brainwashing. This is not a form of brainwashing. This is not a form of brainwashing. This is really the greatest country in the whole world. All the other countries suck. And if this country ever goes to war, as it often wants to do, I promise to help go and kill all the other countries' kids. God bless Johnson & Johnson. God bless GE. God bless Citigroup. Amen.
Very good, kids. Now come and get your Ritalin.
Very good, kids. Now come and get your Ritalin. This is not a form of brainwashing. This is not a form of brainwashing. This is not a form of brainwashing.
I think it's more important than any title. I draw strength, huh? But nothing can come in the way of saving our democracy.
It's not a democracy,
that includes
bitch.
Personal ambition. So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation. It's the best way to unite our nation. You know, there is a time and a place, so we can end cancer as we know it because we can do it. Economic crisis since the Great Depression. The worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. We came together as Americans.
Yo, it's choppy, like how his voice is going up and down, like it's chopping in and out. Yo, this shit is pieced together, yo. They took out all his blunders, his arms, and they took all of that shit out, bro. They took all that shit out, dog. Like, you can hear the edits in this motherfucker. You can hear the edits. Man, look, bro. Because the one AI dude I listened to, he told me, well, on the one episode he did talking about editing software, he says he has a program where once he, records his YouTube clips or whatever, he'll put it into this program, and it will automatically snip out dead space where if you're not talking, it'll snip that out, and it'll snip out and shit like that. It'll automatically snip all of that shit out. And here's like, people don't realize, like, with dead space and fumbles like that, that be adding like hella minutes onto a video. And so I swear that's exactly what they did with this shit, yo, because you can hear the fucking edits.
Inflation continues to come down. The racial wealth gap is the lowest it's been in 20 years. We're literally rebuilding our entire nation, urban, suburban, rural, and tribal communities. Manufacturing has come back to America. We're leading the world again in chips and science and innovation. We finally beat Big Pharma after all these years to lower the cost of prescription drugs for seniors. And I'm going to keep fighting to make sure we lower the cost for everyone, not just seniors. More people have health care today in America than ever before. And I signed one of the most significant laws helping millions of veterans and their families who are exposed to toxic materials.
There. You can hear the change in the... Yo.
Most significant climate law ever in the history of the world. The first major gun safety law in 30 years. Today, Violent crime rate is at a 50-year
Today,
low.
yo, there. What is?
We're also securing our border.
This shit is edited. It's really
Border
weird.
crossings are lower today than when the previous administration left office. I've kept my commitment to appoint the first black woman to the Supreme Court of the United States of America.
She's not.
I also kept my commitment.
She's not black. Black is synonymous with African American. African American is synonymous with fucking descendants of enslaved peoples in the lands of America. This bitch is Indian. And even Jamaicans. Even when Garvey came over here from Jamaica and started his whole movement, he knew he was still different than the Negroes in America. And that's why he was so confused at how the Negroes in America really act. They're like, yo, what the fuck going on, man? We got organized, nigga. Y'all ain't organized. And so he organized. But Garvey was a Jamaican, and he was a proud Jamaican. He always acknowledged his Jamaican heritage. He wasn't an American. I appointed the first black woman. No, though you can say woman of color at the most. You can say a woman of color.
To have an administration that looks like America. And be a president for all Americans. That's what I've done. I ran for president 4 years ago because I believed and still do that the soul of America was at stake. The very nature of who we are was at stake. And that's still the case. America's an idea. An idea stronger than any army, bigger than any ocean, more powerful than any dictator or tyrant. It's the most powerful idea in the history of the world. That idea is that we hold these truths to be self-evident. We're all created equal, endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. We've never fully lived up to it, to this sacred idea, but we've never walked away from it either. And I do not believe the American people will walk away from it now. In just a few months, the American people will choose the course of America's future. I made my choice. I made my views known. I'd like to thank our great Vice President Kamala Harris. She's experienced, she's tough, she's capable. She's been an incredible partner to me.
Nah, man, both of y'all motherfuckers is bullshit.
Now the choice is up to you, the American people. You make that choice. Remember the words of Benjamin Franklin's hanging on my wall here in the Oval Office, alongside the busts of Dr. King and Rosa Parks and Cesar Chavez.
Oh my God.
Ben Franklin was asked as he emerged from the...
That's the parts they be trying to edit out, yo. Hey, yo, this motherfucker trying to pander. Sorry, the first black, the first black woman vice president. And I'm sitting here with Dr. King and bruh. They know for a fact, yo, they are losing the black vote. Nobody don't care what kind of statues you got in there, nigga. You didn't put them shits in there. Obama probably put them bitches up in there, man. Just like Obama had the Ruby Bridges painting hanging in there, like he knows something about art. Fall the fuck back, nigga. Like, I don't know if he know nothing about art or not, though, but I'm just saying. He trying. The very first time the nigga said, hey, you ain't black if you don't vote for me. What? Black people just automatically vote Democrat. You gotta vote for me because you black, right? And if you don't, you ain't black. You know what? I'm gonna call you a nigga right now. And you ain't black, nigga. Shut the fuck up. Get your... Man, look. That shit right there. My main man was good, bro. Shit, dog. Shit. Hey, man. In the studio painting. Doing a little YouTube live right now. Yeah. I don't got you on speaker, though. That's coming, man. That's coming. Slowly working on this piece, trying to add a couple more pieces to this one series I've been doing. Hey, man. Why you went out here in PA protecting the big guy, man? Huh? Hmm. He ain't get shot at, man. It was a blood pack. He had a blood pack in his hand, and that's what people. That's what somebody said. He had a blood pack. It was fake blood. I'm like, nigga. So 2 people died. I mean, well, somebody died, and other people got fucking hit up in that shit. And it was like, nah, that shit was fake. Mm. So you think it was a setup from the inside, like some government shit? Man, you can't talk about that shit, man, cause your phone probably bugged. Hey, the lady from the security, the security lady had to step down, man. Bro. I feel you. I feel you. I think that shit was intentional, man. I think they at least allowed it to happen. My thing is the 2 snipers that was facing the building. Like they had to see that guy get up there, man. Then the one cop climbed up the ladder. The one cop climbed up the ladder, saw him and turned around and came back down. How the ladder even get there? Why you got a ladder outside of a building doing the? Oh, cause that was outside of the safety perimeter. That shit still don't make no sense, bro. And everybody say that. That shit wasn't far enough. Man, that shit was too close to not be in the fucking safety perimeter. And then the people yelling like, "Oh, he got a gun. He's climbing. He on the roof with a gun, bro." I think they wanted somebody to at least take a shot. You know, take a shot. Go ahead. You ain't get him, guy. All right. Fuck it. Call in. Take him down. He missed. Fuck, little nigga. You almost had him. Yeah, but he ain't had no goddamn social media footprint neither. This motherfucker was probably groomed, bro. Somebody was grooming that motherfucker, man. Well, hey, that shit supposed to strengthen your grip up, nigga. You ain't supposed to be weak, nigga. That shit get your grip strength up. No. Yeah. Oh man, we gonna know. We gonna know because goddamn Trump gonna have a full on investigation. Nah, she ain't. No, that's why I said Trump gonna do an investigation because he gonna be president. And he gonna do an investigation. And Biden, I'm watching his little address he put out to the nation yesterday, and talking about, oh, you know, I had the first black female VP, and I'm sitting here in the Oval Office with the bust of Martin Luther King and somebody else he named, like pandering so hard to black folks because these motherfuckers know, bro, they losing our vote, yo. Mm-hmm. That's the new voter block. Mm. Mm. Mm-mm. At all. Not at all.
Okay, but what about the crime bill that screwed over millions of black people? Not
Mm-hmm.
gonna talk about that. I'm like, yo, Kamala Harris spearheaded that whole shit in California. Everybody in California hated her.
Yep.
So we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that, but you got so hung up on a quote that somebody said about Central Park. Oh, he don't know rent to black people. Since when? But yet again, he's entrenched in the hip hop community. He hangs out all these rappers. Then I got a picture of the Tupac. Dude hang out with Death Row. Dude hang out with you in the record. How is he racist at that point?
That's what I can't understand. And it's I mentioned that somebody's like I said the same thing, right? Like he's racist. I said, yo, he used to hang out with like all the black celebrities, yo. Well, then he's like Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah, Oprah Winfrey.
And then somebody I said that, and then they're like, oh, he just be faking. I'm like, so is he real racist or is he fake racist? Which one now? But goddamn.
But yet again, I'm like, okay, so I'm like, it's racist.
Oh, Carl, you breaking up, bro? Hello?
For example, Hillary Clinton said on radio, I'm just like, yo, I keep a bottle of hot sauce in my room. What the fuck? Everybody laughed that shit. That's fucking racist.
Most disrespectful shit ever, bro. Disrespect.
You know what I'm saying? And the most disrespectful shit Joe Biden ever done was when Ice came with the platinum plan.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to an educated black person. You go to interview Cardi B. And to invite, and then to more insults instead of inviting Ice Cube in the house, have all these political leaders sit down in these inner cities, sit down, come up with this plan. You're gonna invite Gorilla So into a party.
Motherfucker stupid.
You see what I'm So what do you guys talk about? Oh, I'm not into politics. I'm just here. I'm just here time. Fucking idiot. That. And Cardi just fucking talking like a fucking pigeon all fucking in the radio. It's so disgusting.
Oh my god.
Hello?
Yeah. Oh, I just made a fucking mess, bro. I tried to. I was squeezing. I got a paint tube roller. Like when there's a little bit of paint, you can like roll it all the way to the tip. And then, but the paint tube I got, it has a hole in the cap. So I used the paint roller to squeeze it up, yo, and that shit just skied out everywhere like fucking a mustard pack or some shit. That shit is all everywhere, bro. Hey man, I got a little mess. Let me clean this shit up real quick. Nah, you all good, man. Yeah, I'm gonna call you back in a minute, yo. Yo. Like, what the fuck? So I had that, and I was cranking it with this, and yep, my shit fucking squirt everywhere. Barely missed the painting. Barely missed the painting. Damn. That was some nut ass shit. Alright, let's. Yo, that's one of my most expensive colors too, yo. God damn. Yeah, that's that Grumenbarker, man. That's that Grumenbarker shit, bro. That shit ain't cheap. Well, I need to use this color. Damn. How can I can't even say. I can say what's on the palette. But like, all this shit is just fucking done. I'll be damn. That's crazy. You know what? I'm blowed in a bitch now, man. I don't even. I ain't lying, man. I don't even feel like doing nothing. No. God almighty. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Since I finished that Trump painting so fast, I've been kind of slow poking it. I ain't gonna say it burnt me out getting that shit done like in 5 days, but whew, man, I was putting some hella hours in here. Fucking hella paint just being wasted. Oh my god. Damn. Hella paint, man. Cause this paint be spreading, bro. That's why I like this shit. But a little bit of this shit spread a long way. Look at all that shit I already wasted. And there's some more. Damn. Boy, oh boy. Man. Damn. Man, none of them motherfuckers on stage knew what they was doing, bro. None of them. That was the craziest part about it, man. The one chick, that bitch ducked down behind the president. Bitch, how? Why you ducking? This your job. You ain't got no vest on? Oh, you don't want to get shot in the head. You ain't got no head. You ain't got no head vest, bitch. But you duck. When you supposed to jump and cover. That's what happened without the proper training. Because there are only 2 modes in a highly stressful situation. What are those 2 modes? In a life or death situation that is very vigorous and very stressful. And most of the time, the women go into the weaker mode. Damn. Just a waste. Might as well stain my damn. Fuck it. Use it some kind of way. Huh? Shit. I'm thoroughly pissed. You know. Thoroughly. I feel some type of way right now. I'm a little bit upset. I'm a little bit embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? And now, this paint, it just happened to streak right through my red, right through my fucking yellow, and then right through my purple. Like, come on, man. You can't just land just right here. I couldn't be lucky like Trump, nigga. Or I guess it didn't hit all the colors, but still.
John, the convention going on, whether the founders have given America a monarchy or republic, Franklin's response was a republic, if you can keep it. A republic, if you can keep it. Whether we keep our republic is now in your hands.
There you go, call it what it is.
My fellow American, it's been the privilege of my life to serve this nation for over 50 years. Nowhere else on earth could a kid with a stutter, from modest beginnings in Scranton, Pennsylvania, Claremont, Delaware, one day sit behind the resolute desk in the Oval Office as President of the United States. But here I am. That's what's so special about America. We're a nation of promise and possibilities, of dreamers and doers, of ordinary Americans doing extraordinary things. I give my heart and my soul to our nation, like so many others. I've been blessed a million times in return with the love and support of the American people. I hope you have some idea how grateful I am to all of you. The great thing about America is here, kings and dictators do not rule, the people do. History is in your hands. The power is in your hands. The idea of America lies in your hands. You just have to keep faith, keep the faith, and remember who we are. We're the United States of America, and there's simply nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together. So let's act together. Preserve our democracy. God bless you all. May God protect our troops. Thank you.
Fuck the troops. What the hell?
Store.
30 chairs, non-squeak.
Restaurant store.
15 non-wobble tables.
Restaurant store.
Add a case.
Let's get some insight now from former White House Communications Director for Donald Trump, Anthony Scaramucci, joins us now. Anthony, great to be with you as always. You endorsed Kamala Harris earlier this week. You are still, though, a registered Republican. I'm curious about what you make of the recent comments from the Trump campaign calling Harris a radical left lunatic who's going to destroy the country. How much do you think that sways voters?
Well, that stuff's not landing. I mean, that's helping him with his base, but it's not landing. I know the president very well. He's flailing right now. He hasn't really figured out what punches are going to work. He hasn't come up with a good nickname. His default nickname is lying, like lying Ted Cruz or lying Kamala Harris. So he's flailing right now, and he's got some tips to his personality. When he says someone's doing a fantastic job, it's like George Steinbrenner saying Billy Martin's safe and then 5 days later firing him. Vance is not doing a fantastic job. He knows that. We know that. He hated Vance's speech. He doesn't like Vance's performance on stage. He thinks he's very dull. And from a casting perspective, because Donald Trump is all about casting, J.D. Vance is not living up to the expectations, or at least the expectations that he was told about. And in fairness to President Trump, he was wounded in that assassination attempt, that horrible act of political violence. And I would imagine that 48-hour period where he was making this VP decision, I'm sure he was under a little bit of stress. But this was a really bad decision for him. As an example, if he had gone with somebody like Nikki Haley, that would have really helped him vis-a-vis going up against Vice President Harris.
I'm really curious about where you're hearing that perspective from. Are you talking to folks in Trump world who say that he's expressed some dismay with J.D. Vance?
Boris, no, I'm not. Listen, I campaigned with President Trump for a year. I knew him for 20 years prior. When you give a speech and you're the vice presidential candidate, it's 1 minute on yourself, 35 minutes on Donald Trump. You don't give your life story and tell people you went to Yale, because that makes Trump feel insecure about himself. And so, no, this is my assessment. This is my opinion. Go back and look at the tapes and look at the body language of Donald Trump listening to J.D. Vance speak during that nomination acceptance, and just take a look at some of the tapes of J.D. Vance on his own or interrupting the president. He did a interview, I guess, on Fox News with one of the hosts there with President Trump earlier in the week. The body language, the chemistry's off. Trump knows it. The internal team knows it. Just watch how this plays out. You'll invite me back. These are my opinions based on working with the man and understanding the psychology of who the president is.
Given that vantage point that you've had into Donald Trump, how do you think he's absorbing these comments by J.D. Vance about childless cat people and the sort of blowback that he's gotten on social media and elsewhere from women, notably a subset of voters that Republicans haven't had the most success with?
What made Vice President Mike Pence successful as a vice presidential candidate is he understood President Trump's personality. He took a back seat, and his attitude was do no harm, say nothing that could be overly advantageous or disadvantageous. J.D. Vance is a different beast. He's 39 years old. He's very ambitious. He has a very high opinion of himself. He sees this as a moment for him to shine as opposed to a moment to take a backseat to Donald Trump. Remember, when Donald Trump has somebody in his field of vision that's getting attention, he usually blows them to smithereens. He did it on The Apprentice with that blonde woman in the first 2 seasons. There was a joke inside the administration. If you're getting too much attention and Trump leans over to you and says, oh, what are you, President Bannon now, or you're getting more popular than me, it was time to book a trip to Antarctica and to go into hiding. So Vance doesn't get that. He thinks he's actually a vice presidential candidate, but he's a deep subordinate to Donald Trump. And just watch how this plays out, Boris. You'll invite me back. I'll give you more color commentary as he continues to do these malaprops and bloopers.
I look forward to that. I did want to ask you about any predictions or suggestions that you might have for Vice President Harris, as she's now looking for a vice presidential nominee of her own.
Well, I would say three things, all of which are well known. Make sure it's super vetted, and you got to make sure nobody has any problems with their taxes or anything like that. I would say be bold. When Democrats are bold, they do better. I think Vice President Harris has to also let the American people know there are some opinions of hers that are going to be modulated. She's running for president. It is the only election, frankly, that all of us get a chance to vote on in the United States. And so she has to modulate some of these views. She can't be for a national ban on fracking and expect to win the state of Pennsylvania. So I think she has to tell people, listen, I want to be president for all people. I'm a practical person. I'm certainly socially progressive, but the business of America is still business, and I'm going to make sure the Biden economy, which is quite strong, extends into my term. And if she does that, if she picks a good vice president, she'll beat Donald Trump. And boy, will he'll be, Boris, he'll be super upset about that, trust me. If you think he's upset now, watch the smoke come out of his ears when he loses on election night.
Anthony Scaramucci, always great to have you on. Look forward to next time.
I get a kick out of one thing. They say, sir, got hit with a bullet. Maybe he's changed. Be nice. And I'd love to be nice, but I'm dealing against real garbage.
All right, Steve Contorno is with us now. He is covering the Trump-Vance campaign. Well, that was fast, Steve.
Yeah, and let's be clear, Brianna, Nice Trump lasted about 30 minutes into his convention speech. Since then, he's been on the attack, including last night where he tested out all manners of lines going after his new potential opponent, Vice President Harris. But look, the Trump campaign realizes there is a narrow window for them to define Vice President Harris, and they're going to try to go on the negative as quickly as possible. So you're going to hear Trump in media appearances, in rallies, in campaign ads, going hard against her record and trying to tie her to the Biden administration, because at the end of the day, they believe that Harris is likely going to get a bump in the polls coming out of this excitement and energy and this new face at the top of the ticket. They've said as much in some of their public comments. They expect that she may even be leading in some of these polls. But they also know that before she gets her chance to get on the airwaves, they need to introduce her to Americans the way they want to. So you're going to hear Trump be pretty negative in the coming weeks.
All right, and our Harry Enten, Steve, reported last night that J.D. Vance is the only VP pick since 1980 with a net negative favorable rating. There's some widespread blowback over a resurfaced clip of him criticizing childless cat ladies. You even have Jennifer Aniston, actress, coming out about this. What is Trump saying about his new pick?
Yeah, think about the situation J.D. Vance is stepping into. He was picked for vice president 2 days after former president was there was an attempted assassination on him. Then within a week of getting the nod, there's no longer a Democratic opponent for him. So he's entering this very unprecedented moment, and he's sort of getting it from all sides, because what Harry was right, he is underwater in his favorability, but 38% of people also don't know who he is. So you're having all kinds of information about him resurfacing for the first time as Democrats try to define him. And one of those clips of him speaking caught the attention of Jennifer Aniston. She posted on her Instagram, quote, "I truly can't believe this is coming from a potential VP of the United States." And along with that was a clip of him saying that the country is being run by, quote, "a bunch of childless cat ladies, and we've turned our country over to people who don't really have direct stake in it." Aniston followed by saying, "All I can say is, Mr. Vance, I pray that your daughter is fortunate enough to bear children of her own one day." Now, Trump, though, is saying that he thinks that the rollout of J.D. Vance as his VP has been going great. He's been impressed with how he has spoken on the campaign trail so far. And he had this to say when asked whether or not he would have chosen someone differently had he known that Harris would be the opponent and not Biden. Listen to what he said.
Wouldn't have mattered. And I thought she was probably going to happen anyway, because I knew there was a palace coup going on, and I assumed that she'd be probably getting it. She had the advantage. So, no, it wouldn't matter. No, he's doing a fantastic job.
Now, Vance is going to be dependent on to keep up with the energy of Harris. He has 5 events over 2 days next week in the swing states of Arizona and Nevada. Brianna?
Just to be clear real quick, Steve, he said he knew this was going to happen, that Harris would end up at the top of the ticket. Is that what you're reporting about what his campaign was preparing for indicates?
They certainly were preparing for contingencies ever since the debate and Joe Biden's performance. They woke up that Monday after the debate expecting this to subside. Instead, the Democratic hand-wringing was continued, and at that point they started really preparing for the possibility. Now, publicly they still expected, or privately they still expected Joe Biden to be the most likely nominee, but they were certainly preparing for contingencies.
All right, Steve Contorno, thank you so much.
And things that they can latch onto that are more closely associated to them, like when they hear immigrations or people coming into the country or taxes, like that's why he kept like focusing on those buzzwords. I think that the normal person is only focused on those buzzwords. So I would agree that not that many people know what's going on because they're only concerned with the things that are closest to them.
Do we need to wake the rest of the people up?
Absolutely.
Is that? Because I feel that way. I think we need to wake the rest of the people up. Yes, sir, right here. Sir.
I think what you got
Say your name.
Oh, Bill Camp.
Okay, Bill. Just your first name.
Longtime trial lawyer. You've been in trial services forever. You know, people just have a shorter focus span. And when you get into the different demographics, you've got, younger people, Gen Zs, that are only looking at their phone. They're only looking at that TikTok, or they're only looking at whatever their recent podcast is. And I think a lot of people, I think you're seeing it, aren't following the legend news. They're following some individual podcast that's only their point of view. I think that's a problem.
Well, the statistics are very disturbing about the high percentage of young people who get 100% of their news from TikTok. And it's not being fact-checked. I'll tell you what, we put up promos on the social media platforms about the interview for people to watch, and we submitted a promo to TikTok, and they said, well, we need to review this to see if it's consistent with community standards. It was just the promo here. I mean, it wasn't saying let's go stone baby kittens to death or anything. And usually, now I don't do a lot of this myself, but usually the review is like 10 seconds because they run it through like an algorithm or something and make sure it doesn't have something in it shouldn't be there. And an hour later, which is usually like 2 seconds or 10 seconds, an hour later, the message came back rejected. They would not put it up. And which is really disturbing to me because it was just a news promo. It was just a news promo. And it's not like I'm a known conspiracy wacko or something. And I've got 7 or 8 million followers there, so it's not like I'm an unknown person to them. But they wouldn't put it up because it had Trump in it. They didn't even know if it was pro or con. It had Trump in it. They wouldn't put it up. That's concerning to me. But we put it on there because we wanted to get young people, hey, watch this and find out who this really is. Maybe you'll hate them, and so at least you'll know it'll be based on fact. So, but yes, ma'am, stand up. Go get your microphone.
Hi, I'm Karen. I was just thinking about when they ran the first time together, or the second time, and President Biden won. I have a lot of Republican friends and a lot of Democratic friends. I'm kind of neutral, but they talked about good versus evil. And I thought, well, we're not really in a Disney movie, so I don't understand. You may not like him, I get that, But now, 4 years later, the same people I know that have said these things say, I'm really upset with my 401k, I'm upset when I go to the grocery store, and they're all voting for Trump now. So it's, and on the TikTok thing, I do get on TikTok, and most of the people I have followed off and on, their TikToks have been taken down if they have anything about Trump. And I just think this is bias, and so that doesn't help his case at all. They just see one side.
Does that bother you, that they're taking stuff down because it has that in there? What do you want to say?
My only thing is it doesn't allow us to see the genuine him. So watching your interview, I think it actually gave me an interpretation that I've never had of him before. And us not seeing him more, it actually kind of hurts people on judging.
All right, fellas, I'm out of here. I sure appreciate y'all chilling with me this evening on Friday Eve. Woo, one more day. Let's make it through the rest of the week, man. And y'all have a good one. I'll catch y'all in here tomorrow. Peace. I don't know what the hell I'm doing right now.